Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. I am Don, and this is my husband, Brian. A few months back, we decided to do a podcast on men's mental health awareness to kind of help break the stigma, let people know it's okay to talk about. We started this because Brian suffers from panic disorder, anxiety, and depression. So we figured we would maybe have him talk about his story and make people feel more comfortable to talk about it. He discusses what works for him, what doesn't work for him, and when it started and how his daily life with it is. We're not offering medical advice. It's just us talking. If you like what you see, please subscribe. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments or send an email if you don't want to openly put it in a comment. This is not geared towards children. A lot of it's adult content. Plus, his language can be a little. So, and if you're easily offended, this probably isn't the show for you.
Unless you just want to be offended.
So, tonight, we're going to touch on a few different topics that relate to mental health awareness and just kind of find out Brian's take on them, his opinions, and stuff like that. So one of the first ones I want to do is going to be emotional stuff like regulation and your mindsets and stuff like that. So first and foremost, how would you say anxiety feels physically?
Anxiety or panic attacks?
Anxiety as a whole.
Well, they're two different things.
I understand that, but anxiety. We'll go into the panic attack.
How does it feel physically? I've talked about this before. Like, I don't even know if I notice.
I don't mean when you're having it right then and there. I'm saying living with anxiety. What can it do to you physically?
Oh, I mean, it causes stomach and digestive issues. Well, it does for me. I mean, I guess everybody's different. I don't know. I mean, it feels like your heart rate goes up and stuff, but it probably isn't. That's probably just the
hypersensitivity where you're
it feels
hyper-focused.
Like, yeah, it feels like your heart's pounding or racing, and it's, I've checked my pulse and it's like 65, and I'm like, okay. I mean, depending on the state, how far it goes, you can hyperventilate. You'll get weakness in your limbs, legs, arms.
You're talking if you're having an actual attack right then and there.
Yeah, if it gets severe enough.
So
I guess I'm not understanding it.
So what I'm asking is people that live with anxiety on a daily basis. I'm not saying that they're going into a full-fledged panic or anxiety attack. Somebody who is anxious to begin with. What can that do to their physical body? Like you said, the GI issues. Does it make your thinking different?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I can't speak on anxiety in general because it's another thing that's different for everybody, I would assume. But for me, yeah, I mean, it turned me into a neurotic mess because then I have to think ahead 3 and 4 steps to what I'm doing. And,
so that actually brings me to my next point. Small, achievable goals when you have, in your case, the panic disorder. How do you line up a small, achievable goal that you could do? Or how do you line it up? Like, first of all, how do you decide what would be a small, achievable goal?
Yeah, I've had people tell me that before. I've never purposely just like, okay, I'm going to do this, and there's a win. It either gets done or it doesn't. I'm not the kind of person that actively thinks about, all right, let me just get into the car, let me just get down the street, let me get, if I'm going to the doctor, say for hematology or whatever, I don't think like that.
Okay.
I'm just focused on I got to get to that place, and I try and drown everything else out to get there as quickly as possible and get shit over with.
So that would be an achievable goal. I understand you're saying you don't think of it that way.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I don't. I know there's actually a movie when I think we brought it up before. The What About Bob? And I can't remember the other actor's name that Dreyfus maybe, I don't know, whoever the doctor is, gives him a thing that's just set small achievable goals. Don't think about, like, if you have to go to the doctor, don't think about all the steps there are. Just think about getting out of the room.
Yeah, no, that's not how I was talking. I see what you're saying. That's not what I meant.
And getting to the elevator or getting.
Yeah, if we did that with you, it would drive you crazy.
And I don't really think like that. I don't.
Right.
I don't wake up and go, okay, I've got to get down the stairs and in my car and around the block and over here, and like I don't.
So your achievable goals.
I either feel good or I don't, and when I feel good, I don't really think that much about it.
And when you're not feeling good, it's the end game. What do I need to do? Not every point between here and there.
Yeah, if I'm not feeling good, shit just doesn't get done. I don't set any goals. It's just I just want to feel better, and I'm not dealing with anything. I don't care what I had going on.
So the other thing would be low motivational days. This is more towards depression than the anxiety. You're low.
I don't know if anybody can get a lower motivation than me.
So if your motivation is low, is there anything that you think you or someone else could do to try to start increasing it not on the good days, because on the good days you don't have to think about it, but the days it might not be bad but might not be good either, like those in between days?
I don't know what mine is from, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Like, I don't know where that, like, I can jump into something and go nuts with it for weeks or months, and then completely obliterate it, just get it out of and then be done with it and jump into something else like crazy. Like, I don't know that any of my activities, whether it's art, guitar, airbrushing, whatever, I don't know that any of them are like here. It's always like an EKG. It's just, I'm either in it 200% or I'm out of it completely. So, and I don't know that there's definitely not anything that anybody else could do. That's up to me.
Right. It's not like you're a dog where they can hang like a treat in front of you and say, come on, come on, come on. Like, it doesn't work that way.
And not even, I mean, there are some people that need that kick in the ass or the pat in the back. Neither of them will work for me.
I think the kick in the ass might help.
If I don't have the motivation, nobody's going to force me to do anything. And it's sad, but
that's a mindset you have, though.
Yeah, it's just from me quitting so often or failing and those kinds of things, my drive, now.
Do you think it's because nobody pushed you back then, though, either? Like you were allowed to just throw the towel in?
Yeah, that's one thing that I've always thought about as an adult. Like, I wish that didn't let me quit this or quit that, even when I was little. But again, I'll say it's not their fault.
No, I get that, but maybe they give you a little more
I was resistance. 6, so maybe you should have just made me stick with it for that year. Because I always told, like, my kids, if you sign up,
you're finishing it out.
It's 3 months long. You're not quitting. You don't want to do it anymore after that 3 months. Fine, then just don't ever sign up again. But you're not just going to quit in the middle of it, because I knew that you quit once, You quit twice. You quit. It just becomes real easy to
Just to throw the tail in,
just
yeah.
to keep every time you don't. My arm hurts or my stomach hurts a little bit or I'm just tired and it just becomes a habit and you just start making excuses and I'm living proof of that. I've pissed away so much of my talent on that mindset.
And I will admit that in the last 10 years, I'd say more so the last 3 or 4 years, I've seen a progression where you'll want to quit, you'll get like right there, and then you'll be like, let me rethink this through. So that's progression. Like that's,
Yeah,
and
I
your whole,
mean,
and I've seen it with, and I haven't just seen it in one area, I've seen it with a lot of different areas with you. But I'm also the type, and everyone will sit there and say that I'm horrible for this. But like, if you'll tell me that's it, I'm done. Oh, I don't think you should. But if that's really what you want to do, then it's up to you. But I start with, I don't think you should, or think about it before you do. It's always that. I mean, ultimately,
and
your
that,
choice is yours. But
yeah, and honestly, that just hearing that helps because then I'll go like whatever. Fine, you're right, and I'll think about it for a day or two, and then or I'll just walk away from whatever I'm doing for a couple of days, and then figure out okay, maybe I can do it this way and make it work. So,
and I think that comes to my next one would be building resistance of not resilience. And I think you've done that. You've built resilience where now it's not. I'm not saying you built a 20-foot wall, but I'm saying like it's layer by layer. It's like you've turned into a bricklayer. You're putting each layer up the better you get.
I mean, this past week was kind of
A huge win for you.
no, I wasn't going to say that. It was one of the evidence of one of those peaks. Now, will this week continue or will it drop off?
And time will tell.
I'm the only one that can control that. And
you don't think that
it can take one little hiccup for me to just go, which is nobody should have that mentality. You shouldn't let the minor little things just fuck up shit that you want to do. And I do that.
But
I'm guilty of that.
This week has shown you that even though there might be a little bump in the road, it doesn't mean you jump out of your car or you don't get back on that road. I mean, this week's a telltale sign of that. Well, from last week to this week.
Yeah, I mean, art-wise, I, did some things that got for me, a decent amount of attention. And,
definitely.
And
you got kudos from people that you don't know.
Picked up more like followers or subscribers or whatever. So I'm going to attempt to keep doing that. I'll take a day here and a day there, but for the most part, I want to try and do it 5 or 6 days a week. And, obviously the goal is to turn it into a sustainable business. You know me, I don't have a whole lot of faith that that's going to happen.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, there's bills to pay, so I don't have a whole lot of time to sit around and just wait and see if it's going to happen or not.
So the next topic I want to talk about is relationships and communication. How would you say you maintain or establish healthy boundaries? His answer is going to be don't talk to anyone.
Oh, you mean with other people?
How do you sustain a healthy boundary with yourself?
I don't really know what that means, to be honest with you.
Okay, so you're not going to let somebody control how you feel. You're not going to let somebody take over any of your emotions or anything that's going to affect you negatively.
I don't really think I've ever had that since I was maybe a teenager.
Okay.
I just kind of do. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, the past 10 years have changed, but prior to that, I just did what I wanted. I really didn't give a shit what anybody else thought. Now, the past 10 years, our relationship, plus me getting older and more mellow, that probably has something to do with it, to where I'm more worried about you and, you know, the respect factor and all that, where I didn't have that prior.
No, I understand that. And
And that went with friends, family. It was just, I I'm gonna do my thing. If you don't like it, I really don't give a fuck. And I didn't care what anybody else thought. I mean, I to a degree, I'm still that way. Obviously I care about you and your opinion, but if you were to say like, "Hey, I don't want you doing that," I don't care.
well, I think it would depend what it is.
Right, but
Yeah.
but if I have my mind set that I'm going to do something or not do something, there's not a whole lot that anybody can do to change my mind.
And like everybody else, when you have that mindset, you take the consequences with it.
Yeah.
And as long as you're aware of the consequences that you could take with it, then, and that's the other part. Like,
But I mean, as far as, yeah, I don't, now and I've kind of been this way since my teens. If you're that much trouble, I know we've talked about prior relationship for as long as it lasted and how much bullshit was going on in it. But for the most part, once you get on my nerves, I have no problem, whether you're blood or not, of just never talking to you again and just cutting you out. Like
that comes into my next part.
it does, and I don't think twice about it. Like,
Well, that's kind of the next question. Conflict resolution.
there's the resolution.
It's
Bye.
he's not that, but so yeah,
We'll have our little, and I don't call them arguments. I anything that we talk about, both of us might feel passionately and have differences on whatever we were going to do or what we were talking about, and it'll be a heated debate. And as soon as the debate's over, we're curled up on the couch watching a movie or
Yeah.
getting a snack or something. It just doesn't last where you're like pissed off at the person. And like that, I won't let happen in this relationship. Even if it got to the point of an argument, we're going to talk it out and hug, kiss, and do whatever we have to. Like, it's over with. Let's move on.
and that
Because
comes
it's just, before it was fuck you and get out of my face. And I had multiple family members that were in that category that I never talked to. Father, brother was, again, I only talked to him because when my mom passed. If it wasn't for that, I would have never talked to him. Probably will never talk to him again. And honestly, he hasn't been part of my life for 25 years. So he's not a part of my life. I don't think about him. I don't, that once somebody is out, you're out.
So how important do you think support systems are?
Oh, I mean, depending on your makeup as a person.
Well, we're talking for you.
Yeah. I don't make it easy to support me because of how negative and just the amount of mental crap that's going on from day to day.
So let
But-
me ask you this. Do you feel supported?
I do now, yeah. I didn't before. My mom, but
And it's kind of different with parents because they're a different generation. So that kind of
well, no, because my dad wasn't around and didn't give a fuck.
no. That's not what I meant. I meant about being supportive. Like a lot of times when they're trying to be supportive, we might not always look at it as being supportive because they're a different generation. And I'm not saying with your mom, but I'm saying in general.
Right. No, I mean,
And it's crazy.
She was of, obviously she was a generation before us, but she didn't have that. Like, she could switch gears.
Right.
And be, like, she was a bit, I don't want to say cold, but.
She had that standoffish side to her if she needed to.
And our family was not the touchy-feely, lovey-dovey, that just
really?
just didn't happen. And even with my mom, she, she comforted you when she thought you needed it, and she'd smack you with a wooden spoon when she thought you needed that. But
I think support comes in all different shapes and sizes, actually. Like, we were just talking about something that my son's doing, and my son had asked him about being able to attend and due to certain reasons, but my son's like, but I understand if he can't. Like, there's no pressure. Like, damn it, if you're not there, I'm going to curse you or something. I think that is support in itself. Like, if you're not able to attend something, no one holds it against you.
I mean, I don't know if I categorize that as support, but I would put that in the understanding column. And it takes the pressure off of me, which makes it easier for me to do stuff.
Right.
Like, if you want to guarantee that I don't do something, tell me I have to do it. And I won't be there.
And I'm the complete opposite. You tell me I can't do something, I'm going to prove you wrong.
I'm just saying, if you tell me that I have to be here for, like, there was another relationship that was like, you got to be here on Thanksgiving from 11 a.m. to whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'm asleep. I work at night.
Wow, I'm glad when I told him what time to be there for the wedding, he didn't just say, screw it.
But, you're not, like, just watch how you word shit, because that with the panic disorder and all, when you etch that shit in stone, you're going to be there by yourself.
It's funny.
If you just leave it to, if you can make it, and how many times, you say that all the time, and I pretty much make it every time.
Yeah, I'm usually like, if you can make it, or if you want to give it a shot, or our daily conversation, you feel like doing anything tonight? We can go here. I'm not really up to, okay, all right, well. And then like an hour later, you know what, let's go here. I'll give you an example. The last time you went to AC, he had mentioned it before he came over. By the time he came over, the nerves already kicked in, and he was like, I'm sorry. He's like, I don't think we can go. I'm like, okay. Then he's sitting there playing with his phone, and then he literally looked at me and said, fuck it, let's go. And I'm like, he's like, if I have to, I'll turn around. And I'm like, okay. We went down. We had a blast. And we stayed down there for a couple hours, and we came home.
Yeah, I think that was later at night.
Yeah,
I think
we left it like.
I think I just started feeling a little more confident and better as it got later, and then it was like, all right.
It was a Friday night, and we probably left around like 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, I thought it was even later than that.
But I mean, it was. And I guess that's kind of where we're different than most people. I have no problems doing something at 2 a.m. as long as I don't have to work the next day.
Well, it's just when you tell me that I have to do it, or there's going to be an argument. Well,
Prepare for the argument.
I guess there's going to be an argument, because you just made it to where it's now going to be a fucking problem, and I'm not going to do that anymore. And you've never been like that. It's always been, we're going to eat at this time. Now, a lot of times I still don't make it at that time.
Correct.
But I'll still be over. Or if I do come over, I don't eat because it's too early for me.
But just for the record, and he can attest to this, even if he comes over and dinner is done, is your setting still sitting there?
Yep.
And that is not just me. That is my father and my son as well, because we'll start clearing off the table. And my dad, and you have to know my dad to understand this, and he'll be able to understand it. My dad will be like, no, leave that. Brian will be over at some point so we can eat. So there's no pressure.
Yeah, nobody's giving me shit because I didn't make it to whatever holidays dinner. Like, it's that big of a fucking deal.
Yeah, it's just.
And I'm more of a holiday person now, But there was a long period of time where they just didn't, like, I didn't care. Like, it just, again, we've talked about this. Thanksgiving doesn't mean shit to me. Same thing with Easter.
And it's weird because he loves turkey.
I eat it all year round, so it's it's not like, oh, look, turkey. Yeah, I've been eating it like every other day for the past 10 years. But, it not being a huge, I don't eat a lot and I really don't watch sports anymore. So Thanksgiving that's pretty much all it's about as far as I remember.
And it's crazy because we don't watch any football here on Thanksgiving.
I mean, unless the Eagles or the Packers are playing.
Yeah, and neither one of them usually play on Thanksgiving.
I don't care about anybody else that's playing.
Yeah.
And no offense to Eagles fans, if I miss an Eagles game, I don't care.
And I'll be honest, it's probably a better chance of him watching a Packers game because of me.
Yeah, I've checked out of professional sports and a lot of just regular TV, and it's like I watch the highlights on YouTube or whatever. But
so if you had to tell somebody what to look for in somebody who's supportive and understanding.
What? Say that again?
If you had to tell somebody, say somebody asked you, they were like, Brian, I'm dealing with a lot of the stuff that you're dealing with. How can I tell if someone's being supportive or understanding? What would you say? Your perspective of it.
I don't even know if I know an answer to that. I don't know if I can just point to it and go, it's that.
Just give us.
It just feels different. I don't.
Can you explain how it feels different or no?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely being heard.
Okay.
And you have told me before, like, I don't know how to help you. I don't have that kind of expertise. Like, I don't know how to help you. I mean, besides calling, making, or like, hey, this place is checking out, go check them out or whatever. And that's with all kinds of medical stuff, not just the mental health, but.
And I think that's a huge thing. I think if somebody who's supposed to be your support system can't or feels like they can't do more, admit that. If I can't do something, you'll hear me say it all the time. I can't do that. Like, I don't know how to help you. I don't know. But.
And I would rather you say that than just go, oh, well, you just need to this, and this. And it's that same shit that you hear from other people. And you just want to go, good.
But what I will do is I'll say, I don't know how to help you, but I'm going to see if we can get you an appointment here. But let me see what I can do on this end. Let me see what, it's not just, oh, I don't know how to help you. And that's the end of it.
I guess the support part is I don't feel like I'm alone in it.
Yeah.
I feel like, you have my back. You're trying to help in any way that you can. So I don't feel like I'm completely alone with it. At least just trying, when it's happening, I feel completely alone because it's just.
Well, you get tunnel vision too when it's happening.
I just want to act like nothing exists and it'll all just go away. But, besides that,
And it's crazy. One of the things he does when he's going through it is that he apologizes to me. And I'm like.
Because I know how much I know, and you won't admit it, but it has to affect you in some way. There's no way that it's not affecting you.
I don't think the way you think it is, though.
No, I mean, it may not be where you're getting the text or the phone call, and then you're going, oh, this motherfucker. No,
I do that on a regular basis. But
that's for other shit.
No, I don't. I think the way it affects me more is I wish I could take a wand and go boobily bee bop and you're fine. And I can't. And that bothers me. You know me, I'm a fixer. I like to fix things. I like to make sure everybody has what they need when they need it, how they need it.
You have that caretaker mentality, so you probably feel bad that you can't do more.
Right. But I mean, it is what it is.
And I feel bad that I'm putting anything on you.
That's why the Lord blessed me with these big ass shoulders. I'm broader than a Who's a big football player? The running backs?
The biggest ones?
Yeah.
Offensive lineman, defensive lineman. I don't know.
I got the shoulders of a lineman.
Don't start an analogy and expect me to finish it.
One of the things I was always told, as you can tell, I'm not a small person. Actually, shoulder to shoulder, I'm probably wider than you.
A 12-year-old's wider than me.
God gave me these shoulders so I can handle what I need to handle. I can handle the weight of the world. And boy, with you in it, it's heavy. No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that. No, but that does, it comes into it like when that shit starts and it's like, especially if we're like, I'm heading over and I got to turn around and come home, or I don't even make it out of the house and I've got to, like, I sit there for a couple minutes, like, I don't want to send this text. I'm like sick of that. There's like a couple of texts that just come up where you type the first word and the other ones just instinctively know. What is it? Predictive text or whatever?
Yeah.
It just knows. I don't even have to type it in. It's just boom, boom, boom. They just come up, and there's like two of them that always come up, and it's just like, that's how much I've used it, that it just assumes that that's the fucking problem.
I'm not laughing at what you're saying, but my predictive text, he's good. It's,
hope you feel better.
No, it's sorry for your loss. My thoughts and prayers are with you and your family.
I just meant when you were talking to me.
No, but I'm saying, because my son was sitting there, I went to post it on someone's Facebook when they announced the loss of somebody. My son goes, "You don't even have to type it out. You just do the first thing. You just hit the words afterwards."
Well, that's not a good thing.
No, it's not. I'm not laughing at death. Death is not funny. I'm just laughing at my text when somebody dies.
Yeah, there's like two of them that just come, like, all I do is type that first word.
I'm guessing, if I had to guess.
Boom, 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 boom. And it's like,
I'm not leaving the house.
Yeah, or some variation of that.
Or
we could skip the other one.
Oh, I thought the other one was going to be like, I'm laying back in bed or something like that.
Well, that's usually, I guess that would be like, I'm staying home, or I'm not leaving, or I'm going to lay down for a little bit.
But
the laying down for a little bit doesn't bother me, but when I have to, like, when I'm like, hey, I'm on my way, and then 5 minutes later be like, hey, I'm not leaving the house.
Yeah. But
and it's like,
and here's my whole thing.
And that's, to me, that's just another failure.
But what I would feel of a failure is if you didn't do what was best for you to make somebody else happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I said to you, well, no, we have to do this anyway, or no, just come on.
You also know that if you say that, you can say it till you're blue in the face. It's not going to happen.
No, I get that. And I guess that's the part about being supportive. So when you have somebody who can be supportive or understanding, and the two do not go hand in hand, because you can have somebody who's understanding, it doesn't mean they're always supportive.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, and everyone should always remember your health, be it your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, whatever you want to look at, should be always one of your top priorities. And it should be the person that is your support system. That should be their top priorities as well as their own would be yours.
Well, I think our problem is I worry about your health more than you do, and you worry about mine more than you worry about yours.
That is because my health is perfectly fine. But I think, and you know, we talked about this the other day. I just mentioned the spiritual health as well. I think, and I'm not saying any type of religion, I'm just saying spirit in general. Faith, having some type of faith can help you when you're struggling. the faith can be in anybody or anything that you want it to be, but having that faith can help you when you're really struggling.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you just don't believe in anything, anyone, all of that, at some point you're just gonna quit.
Right. And so having a support system and being able to see what's going on with yourself so you can let other people know. You don't always have to keep it in, and that's kind of what this whole podcast is about. If you're struggling with anxiety, depression, say something not right now, I'm struggling right now. Let them know that you're struggling. Let them know that, hey, something's going on. I can use an ear. And that's what most people just want.
Yeah, most of the time it's just if somebody's sitting there and you're just venting or whatever,
Yeah.
those 4-hour rides of just babbling about whatever, it starts out as that and ends up talking about pizza or something. And there's 7 different conversations in the middle. And just talking like that, it just, you get a whole bunch of shit out, or just maybe you get shit out. It slows your mind down. That racing shit kind of slows down, or the overthinking and stuff, for me anyway.
And that makes sense. And so, I mean, whatever outlet you can find for support when you're struggling with the anxiety and the depression, I think is great. As long as it's healthy. I do want to say that your outlet should always be healthy. We talked about a few different things like the rage rooms. I showed him a video of it.
I honestly did not know that was a thing.
I showed him a video of it after one.
I didn't know I could charge people to come over and break my shit instead of me doing it for free.
Yeah, I think about how much money you could make if you were selling something like a house or something.
I've lost millions.
And just told them, you know what? Come on over. It's $10 a head and have at it. You're in there for 10 minutes. But I mean, it's whatever you see. We like driving. So we like going for, and when I say long rides, there doesn't have to be a...
Not long distance. We're just driving around the county for 4 hours.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be, there's usually no destination. And...
Just head in a certain direction. And
before anyone asks, it doesn't matter summer, winter, spring, or fall, rain or snow or sleet, we'll still go out there.
Usually out in the storms.
Yeah. One of my earliest memories with him, we started seeing each other in November. That winter.
In 2016, not this past November.
We were out at Ridley Creek State Park. If any of you know that, this was like 3 a.m. There had been a horrific snowstorm. And there was a tree limb out in the middle of the street. He had to get out.
It was one of the side roads, which is usually blocked.
Yeah.
And they had it open, so we just decided to go down that way, and here this tree branch, fairly large, had fallen across the street. And
were we in the pickup or your car?
We were in the green truck.
And he gets out, and he's...
The Beast, as it was called.
And he got out, and he moved it. And I'm sitting here thinking, and this is like 3 a.m. And I'm sitting here thinking...
Yeah, it was about, I don't know, 5-6 inches of snow.
It was beautiful, though. It was like...
It was that kind of heavy shit that was like sitting on all the trees.
Yeah, it was... Most people would be like, why were you driving that? That's treacherous weather. It was like the most peaceful drive that...
Nobody was out.
Yeah, it was awesome. So, I mean, find that person that can be your support. And it doesn't have to be somebody you're in a relationship with, or it doesn't have to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. It could be anybody. Just find that person where you feel comfortable being able to open up to them and talk to them, and make sure that they're receptive to it. You don't have to be receptive to their ideas all the time. Like, I may say something to him and he'll be like, no, okay, no problem.
Bullshit.
I usually say you're an idiot, and eventually you'll... No, I'm not kidding. But make sure they're receptive to you talking to them. And again, don't ever be forced to do something you don't want to do. All right, I think we're going to end that there. I do have more topics for our next episode. It's going to kind of follow with this stuff. All right, so till next time, bye.